Coronado del Muerto in Albuquerque, New Mexico is the destination of Game 3 of your SFL Super Saturday right here on the Virtual Football Network. An intriguing matchup here to take place as the Albuquerque Adams sitting on the wrong side of 500 will invite the Arizona Scorpions sitting at 4-2 on season 25 campaign to try and get themselves back to 500. Alongside me to unpack what should be an entertaining contest here to continue your Week 8 is none other than Wade Phillips. Wade, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Excited for this game that we're about to watch. And it's Albuquerque who is on a 3-game losing streak, looking to right the ship a bit, where Arizona comes in 4-2 and very much in playoff contention. And so we're looking to what could be a very exciting matchup.
A lot to play for as we enter the second half of the season 25 campaign. Arizona will get the honors here on the road. This matchup has been played out once 2 seasons ago. It was a win for Arizona back at home at Fatality Field, a 27-14 win. And Sammy Steele will kick to the back of the end zone here, where Arizona's offense will take over, led out by their fearless leader, quarterback Ashley Jackson. The backs Brad Jones, DJ Moses, and Will Todd. Buchanan Simons, Fox Howen, Tita Queen, TJ Punk, and Leland Nakai, the wide receivers and tight ends as well, respectively, there with Nakai. Patrick Kelly, Sean Crooked, Brunto Greyjam, Kiara Storm, and Danny Carmichael make up the 5-way contracted offensive line. Empty back set for Jackson first and foremost. Albuquerque will send 4 at Jackson. Jackson's going to try and rush through the pylon, got through, and he's going to get 8 or 9. And on first carry there, a bit impromptu, and it could have easily have been a loss of 3, but she's managed to pick up significant forward progress on the first down.
She is definitely one of the most elusive quarterbacks in the league, and she showed it right there.
Second and very short, an opportunity for Brad Jones to punch this forward. He will get a block outside by Todd, and he will get the first down. So good start for Arizona's offense on the ground.
Yes, Jones right there took it. Had great blocking up front right there. The fullback picks it up in the second level. Then the linebacker attempts to tackle, shaken off. Then the defensive back finally brings him down.
Good to have SFL action back. Had a weekend off due to unforeseen circumstances, but good to have our producer Cameron Irvine back in the box as well. And football back on the Virtual Football Network, and Arizona are out the gates here. An early throw from Ashley Jackson. She's 1 for 1, has found Tita Queen in the middle of the park.
Tita Queen was wide open in the secondary right here on I believe that's a drag route right there over the middle. The safety comes down to stop her in her tracks, but right there, first down, a decent gain right there by Ashley Jackson through the air.
Those deep drag route plays have taken prevalence in the SFL over the last few seasons. An early sighting here from Jackson, so she started well on the ground and in the air. Gonna move Lily Nakai across the frame. Albuquerque again sends 4. Porter nearly got in there, but a beautiful throw for Jackson. Thrown in between the numbers once more, and Lily Nakai with back-to-back catches. So both of the female receivers on this Arizona offense with the early 2 catches.
Yeah, and got right back there behind the linebacker, and it was an excellent blitz pickup by the running back in the backfield for Arizona that stopped the defense from getting the sack on Ashley Jackson when she rolled out.
Already up at the 30. Jackson's going to throw again, gets a reception on the outside. That's going to be minimal yardage as DeQueen couldn't turn that one downfield. We introduced the Albuquerque defense. Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, Neil Rivers, Joshua Williams make up the defensive line. Seth Berlin, Saeed Gore, and William Patterson are the linebackers. Amar Bryant Jr., Daniel Valentine, TJ Frosty, Jack Napier, and Bryant James are your secondary. Last play, a 1-yard reception to Tita Queen, her second. Now fullback in the backfield. Todd won't get the carry because Jackson's going to throw again. Good blocking up front by the line. Throw, it's complete inside the 10. And another unique receiver there as Punk gets his first, and they're now in the goal-to-go territory.
And it was an excellent corner route right there by TJ Punk, and it looked like Brad Jones was right there in the area, but excellent play, excellent pitch and catch, first down, and now Arizona first and goal, very much looking to put points on the board here.
Probably unlucky not to score there, but the momentum is firmly with the Scorpions. Portal's flashed out the side. DeQueen is going to get a reception. She's running the wrong direction, and we'll probably get forward progress for about 3 yards. Again, DeQueen now 3 catches on the opening drive. There's a clear connection between number 9 and 17. And they will actually spot Arizona 4 yards away from their own goal line. That can open up the ground game here. Brad Jones has only had the 1 carry. Moses hasn't touched it yet. It will be Jones in the backfield here for this touch. Hand off to the outside. Brad Jones, touchdown. Arizona on the opening drive. Gets across the charity stripe. And the Scorpions are on the board.
The blocking was excellent. Brad Jones had great field vision right there to just dive right in, but looked like the defense set in a goal line front. Looked like they were playing zone coverage, just sitting back just a little bit too much, and Brad Jones made him pay for it.
Well, they started 80 yards downfield, and they've gone 80 yards and have scored. The stats already on the money from Joshua Durr and Ron Haynes back in the stats truck, and Arizona with a clinical first drive there. Jackson didn't throw an incompletion. They didn't go backwards once on the ground with their 3 carries there. Jackson had 2. Brad Jones, in fact, had 2. And the second one was a 4-yard touchdown run. Rob Ems will kick back to Kyle Finnemore. And he will get about a couple of yards past where the ball would have been spotted had he have touched that back, and Albuquerque will take their offense to the field. They've only lost once at this home stadium in their franchise history. It was that loss to the Houston Headhunters a few weeks ago in the division. It has been an absolute fortress for them here in their 3 or 4 seasons of SFL football. They find themselves behind already in a drive into the game. They go up the middle. Josh Slapp. What a season it's been for him so far, but only a 2-yard gain on his first carry.
And you said it, Josh Slapp is the weapon to watch on Albuquerque. He is very dangerous in every facet of the game, whether that's rushing or receiving. He is the one to watch tonight.
10th in carries, 4th in yardage, 5th in touchdowns. He's got 3 on the campaign. That's a second handoff at the middle, basically identical play, and it's shut down identically by Alex Constantine, and it's only a 2-yard gain.
Yeah, and right here they need something, one of their money plays that picks them up at least maybe, we'll say 10, to ensure that it's a definite first down.
Drop back by Jive. He will throw outside. It's deflected and incomplete. That'll do there from Ernest McRae Sr., and Arizona's defense is going to get off the field very quickly.
It was phenomenal coverage by McRae Sr. right there, was right in the area of the pass. Got his body on it, and it just fell harmlessly incomplete, and now Albuquerque forced to punt.
Pretty disappointing drive, all told, as Rob Ems will be tasked to punt this one away. Return, good tackle bust there from Highwind. He gets past a second, and a good return from Fox Highwind on his first touch gets Arizona up past their own 40.
And I'm having flashbacks from when Arizona played Lexington, and Fox Highwind made us pay on a return touchdown. He is absolutely just tearing it up this season, and right there, no different.
Marquee free agent pickup in the offseason from the now defunct Atlanta Swarm. Fox Highwind is not taking a step back in this new uniform here in season 25. 3 receivers for Ashley Jackson. She was perfect on the opening drive. Drops back, no pressure on her. Throws outside. That is incomplete, and it was being pursued by Bryant James, but the tip from Highwind fell harmlessly to the ground. Again, an odd drive from Albuquerque on that opening position. 2 runs up the middle that were both shut down by Alex Constantine, and then a quick throw to the outside that was blown up by Ernest McRae, and Arizona find their offense straight back on the field. Jackson again in the spread. She will throw again. Good block by Todd up front. It's a throw to the fullback, and he will get 5. there on the out route. Makes third down a little more manageable.
And it'll be interesting to see what Arizona does right here. Let's see if they maybe just complete a little middle route over the, mid-tier pass and see if they pick up a first right here.
Five well tight in the backfield here. Three receivers and a tight end. Drop back by Jackson. Time to throw. Caught. Nakai going backwards. And it will be a no gain in the end for the receiver. And shut down by Jack Napier. So result for the Adams.
Absolutely. Their defense picked up their offense, who just, like you mentioned before, couldn't get anything done on their first drive, but the defense picks them up, and now we'll get to see their offense get right back out on the field. Great win by the defense.
It's huge because they started that drive 43 yards away from their own goal line, Arizona, so they only really had 50-odd to go to get a score, and in the end Arizona are going to punt it straight back, so Albuquerque with an opportunity to try and make arrears here with this second possession. Jive was 0 for 1. Slap had 2 carries on the opening possession. If you've just joined us, both of them worth 2 yards. It's the 4-yard total offense here so far in the opening 6.5 minutes. Drop back by Jive, throws outside. He's overthrown that one. A rare error from Cyrus Jive there on the pass to try and find Marion.
Absolutely. K. Marion was right there, almost caught it, but like you mentioned, just a bit outside. And we almost saw our first completion for Cyrus Jive tonight, but he's just got to get run to shake the rust off and just start cooking.
2 tight ends down to the bottom here in a pair slot formation. Jive's going to throw it quickly. The receiver got jammed up there. It was intended for Jack Wall, and in the end, it's going to fall harmlessly to the turf. Just couldn't quite get clear of the coverage there.
No, the coverage is right there, sitting in the zone right where the ball needed to go, and the defense did their job and now forces a 3rd and long.
Jive's going to go 5 wide. They have not run the football on this down. Clarence Lee's going to sit in the slot. Drop back by Jive. Got a good block up front by the tackle. What a grab. And worth a first down. Boy, K. Marion has done brilliantly there to reel that one in.
And K. Marion, 6'6", 222. 3rd season with Albuquerque. All 3 of the seasons that Albuquerque's been in the league. And right there, if you put it anywhere within her, within 5 yards of her, she's going to catch it. I mean, she is almost automatic when that ball's thrown to her.
Spring receivers, they've got a fresh set of downs here. Adams throws outside, and it's similar to that first throw. Time Finnemore was under hit.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate. The pass was a little off, and the defense was, in excellent position to try to make a play on it, but excellent play by the defense.
Some waiting issues at the moment for Cyrus Jive early in this game. That's a word you can use. Spread receivers again. This time Jive will roll out into the pocket. He throws. It's high pointed by K. Marion. My goodness, another spectacular grab.
I thought Xavier Rowe had it. I thought that was right to his hands, but no. How about that? Lily Nakai. Excuse me, not Lily Nakai. K. Marion just absolutely took that out of the defense's area. Like I said, you put it in her area, she will absolutely come down with it.
Matchups don't get any kinder for Arizona's #1 cornerback with this one this week. That's the first touch of the drive for Slap, and they are still all over him. Shut down at the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a gain of 1 there as Vernard Smith was in the area. Jason Williams now in the backfield. He hasn't had a touch yet in the game. Justin remains in at the fullback spot, but Jive will throw. He was nearly sacked. He's high, but gets it outside. Jack Wall with a reception. That was brilliantly played by Cyrus Jive to get one out just in time.
Jack Wall right there showed why you have got to play blanket coverage on him. A linebacker is a tasty matchup for Jack Wall because he can absolutely beat just about any linebacker in the league. 6'7". He's a huge target out there.
Slap checks back in the pro set. They're going to go to the toss play, and again, Arizona's defense are all over the run. There's an Arizona player down, and it's Vernard Smith, their premier run stopper. Seems to have come up second best on that play.
Absolutely, and that's not what you want to see for Arizona when you only have two, big play safeties on your roster. You cannot afford to lose one of your best tacklers, like you mentioned before, from that secondary.
They've got four corners, but it will leave them a gap at the back of their defense here for how long we don't know, as Smith will be viewed at the medical tent. Nonetheless, Albuquerque can continue going here. Short throw, that was tipped, it's up, and it's incomplete somehow, not ruled in by Adam Wiseman. He'll claim credit for the coverage, but should have been intercepted.
It was a tip drill, yeah, but Adam Wiseman had a bunch of traffic in the area of that tip. Thought he was going to make an athletic grab, but unfortunately knocked incomplete.
Albuquerque will try again. Good block by Lyle Williams. It's up and incomplete. Tried to find Marion again and could not hit. That could have been a really big play, but instead Arizona's secondary holds firm without Bernard Smith and will get their defense off the field.
Xavier Rowe was playing phenomenal coverage over there on that side and took away that area. Incompletion.
Again, it is a punt sailing inside the corner. That is brilliantly placed on the outside, and Arizona are going to find themselves stacked inside the 5.
It's about a perfect punt right there for Ken Miller. Just exactly what this special teams unit wanted to see, starting Arizona on their own 7.
Means that Albuquerque's defense has been on the field for most of this quarter. Handoff to Todd up the middle. It's his second touch, worth 3 yards on that carry.
And so far, after that, bright spot for Arizona on that first drive, it's been, not much going for these offenses in these next few possessions.
And off this time again to the south side. Brad Jones can't get much there on that second touch. So an opportunity for Albuquerque to get their defense on the field. 3rd and 4 means they may run it again given the field position. They might stack the box here.
It could definitely happen right here.
Back in this fullback flex formation with Todd in the backfield. Only 4 sent by Albuquerque. Jackson's going to throw. Got the short route caught by Leland Nakai by the looks of it. And that will be a first. In fact, it's Fox Highwind there with that grab. And Arizona get a pivotal first down.
Fox Highwind has been money on these first down plays. When Arizona needs a big play, it seems like Fox Highwind is always somewhere in the vicinity of the play being made.
It's Arizona at the century mark for total yards in the opening quarter. It's been a turbulent start from the Scorpions offense here. Jackson is going to throw again. Got good blocking around the edge. That'll do. Dink and dunk up the middle for Buchanan Simons. That's his first catch, worth 4.
Jack Napier was right in the area and did not give him any more room to run after that catch.
2nd and 6. Hand off to the outside. Jones gets 5. He's short by a yard. And you're absolutely right. Interesting usage of Buchanan Simons, but more so known for his deep threat ability. Just used on a short slant route and unable to really get that downfield play that he's known for. On the 3rd down and short now. Only need the yard. Moses, his first carry, got the first.
So that's the difference so far between the Arizona run game and the Adams run game. Arizona has been finishing tackles, whereas Albuquerque, has been able to have busted tackles, and unfortunately Arizona's been picking them up.
It's a tense one at Hernando del Muerto in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We'll be back in a second right here on the Virtual Football Network. It's no surprise the VFN is live again. Please support our hard-working crew by smashing the like button, subscribing and commenting on the video. It really does help the YouTube channel out. Turn notifications on and you'll never miss a live stream, highlight or podcast. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network. That throw is incomplete. They're going to say it was targeted to Lili Nakai. And no harm, no foul, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it was in a lot of traffic right there. Could have gone either way, but unfortunately incomplete. But they'll continue to make it happen on 2nd and 10.
Again, Jackson drops back. Will Todd in the pass block situation, and that's dropped really. Not his finest work, Hot Fox Highway, and it's going to mean instead of a 3rd and 5, it'll be a 3rd and 10.
And it almost seems like Fox Highway might have heard some footsteps coming from the defense that made him lose concentration on the ball. But, you know, you got to secure that ball before you start running.
Bunch to the right. Jackson is going to roll away from it, throws across the middle, and is well threaded into the mitts of TJ Punk. He's now got 3, and Arizona's got a crucial first down. Albuquerque just can't get off the field here this drive.
TJ Punk had 17 receptions up until this game. 17 receptions and 3 touchdowns. So, you know, they've been targeting quite a few of these receivers for Arizona. Ashley Jackson's been spreading the love around, and that makes the defense have to work that much harder to stop this receiver core.
And 5 all up if you include Nakai. Hand off at the middle. Jones, not much on offer for him again. Albuquerque's defense shutting that one down.
Both of these teams have been focusing on stopping the run. Arizona has done a masterclass so far. Albuquerque doing the best they can. Unfortunately, they've been having some broken tackles that have been hurting them a little bit.
Jackers formation. And off to the outside for Brad Jones, trying to lower the shoulder. Gets a few more. They get them closer to the first down marker. That's Brad Jones, puts him above 500 yards on the season 25. They're a bit of a ways off getting the 2 running backs over 500 yards incentive just yet. Drop back by Jackson on 3rd down. Throws deep. It is incomplete. Great coverage there on the outside. It needed a second effort there from Tita Queen to try and reel that one in, and she could not hold on.
How about this Albuquerque Adams defense responding after the first drive of the game where Arizona marched down the field, 8-play, 80-yard drive for the touchdown. They have come back with a vengeance and shut down Arizona's offense in the rest.
Amar Bryant Jr. did enough on that occasion. It's another sensational punt. Unbelievable, and then spotted inside the 2. What about that for a special teams play?
My goodness, it was a coffin corner that the returner caught and went out of bounds at the 2. So phenomenal punt by Arizona.
Give credit to Terrell Davis, who chased that one all the way downfield. Trying to check if that was a contracted player who made that play, and it was. So the handoff outside, it'll be to Justin Williams, and he is nailed at the line of scrimmage there by Ernest McRae Sr.
You said it. He got nailed right there, and this Arizona Scorpions defense has just given no quarter to this Albuquerque run team. It's just been no going today.
Another run, and oh my goodness, what a shot. And then the second effort got him at the line of scrimmage. There, the secondary coming down to play. Rain Rie there with that stop. And Albuquerque just going to have to run this one again. That punt was huge.
It was devious.
Going to go empty jive. Taking a gamble. He's going to throw for it. whatever you do, don't turn it over here at this spot of the field. Jive's going to roll back to the end zone, had to get rid of it. And luckily for the Albuquerque offense, he has overthrown Kyle Finnemore, but he nearly took a safety there in the end zone as that defensive line for the Scorpions was crashing inside. And in the end, it will be another punt.
The pocket broke down and alarm bells started ringing. Danger, danger, danger. And he just got it right out of there.
I don't even think Rob Ems is in the end zone. He had to step in just to get it under the crossbar of the goal. And Arizona are going to have this one inside Albuquerque territory. Fox Iwin just runs from A to B, and he'll get an extra 5. So Arizona have got 35 yards to try and grab the second score of the game.
Yeah, Albuquerque's defense has been showing us a lot in this, first half, but now this is the toughest test other than that first drive. This will be one of the toughest tests for them in this ball game so far, and we'll see how they respond to the short field.
They are totally dominating the field position battle here, Arizona. And you just wonder how much longer this Adams defense can hold on. They again don't send any pressure. Nakai is sighted right in the middle of the field. Call it a 16-yard gain and a first down.
And that's what happens when you give Ashley Jackson all the time in the world to throw. I mean, she's just going to pick you apart right there, just wide open over the middle. Looked like maybe a seam route right there, was just right behind the coverage. Completion, and now they are sitting pretty in beautiful field position.
Hanging off straight up the middle to Jones. Give him 5, and it's not quite his best carry of the game so far. He's 6 for 27. Jackson 11 for 15 for 109. Has found every single receiver on the depth chart here for the Scorpions. Not one offensive player is yet to have a touch through a quarter and a third. Hand off up the middle. That's Moses. Give him a yard. There, shut down. So again, Napier, plenty of run coverage there, but they really need a third down stop here to hold them to a field goal. That would be a really disappointing result for Arizona if that were to be the case. Drop back by Jackson, has time, throws end zone, it is incomplete. Brilliant coverage by Mark Bryant Jr. to jar that 3.
Absolutely phenomenal coverage by the Adams defense right there. Like you mentioned, had an opening, had an angle, but the defense was right there to jar the ball loose when it got right to his hands. And now Arizona held firm and forces the field goal attempt. You've got to say that's a win right there for the Albuquerque Adams defense.
Field goal attempt is through the uprights, and it will push Arizona into, it was Rob Ems with the kick, the former Adam, I should say. That's what I've been getting confused about the two kickers today. Rob Ems used to play for Albuquerque in his first season with Arizona. He gets that 30-yarder, and Arizona takes a 10-0 lead. That kickoff not returned by Kyle Finnemore. And we should introduce the rest of the Albuquerque Adams offense. Haven't done that side of it yet. Cyrus Jive, the quarterback. Josh Slapp, Jason Williams, Justin Williams are the backs. Kyle Finnemore, Clarence Lee, Kay Marion, and Jack Wall are your receivers in line. Tight end Queen Porter, Jerrion Jones, and Leah Williams make up the offensive line. And off of the middle, trying to get the ground game going. It has not been an entertaining afternoon for Slapp so far against this defense. He gets 4 on that carry.
You said it. It's just been a slow day for Josh all day, but it seems like Arizona really came to stop this run game all day long.
It was in fact his best run so far. Jason Williams has got nowhere to go. Look at the Arizona defense. They sent everybody except the free safety at the back was the only one that just said, I'm going to watch. And Ernest McRae is going to get credited with a tackle for loss.
And that's been the difference. Arizona, I want to say, has brought pressure on just about every single play, and it has been very effective against this run game.
Jive will have to throw out of this one again, you would imagine. Drops back, got good protection up front, throws outside, and too much there from Xavier Rowe. Again, that's the matchup on the outside today, and Marion, despite not catching it, will get one up there.
And that was one of the, defensive pass interference right there, but that was one of the first plays I've seen all day that Arizona didn't bring any pressure from anyone other than the line. And right there, it showed that, they got a little step on the defense, but ultimately it was the PI that changed that play. But, that was a rare no pressure move by Arizona.
It's too wide. Down the bottom, two tight ends at the top. Short throw, caught. Jack Wall, 9-yard game. Will introduce the Arizona defense. TD Sachs, Alex Constantine, the Hall of Famer Hunter Norwood, and David Telly on the defensive line. Sean Moore, Adam Wiseman, and Wolf Highwind, the linebackers, the safeties in secondary. Xavier Rue the third. Terrell Davis, Ernest McRae, Senior, Everett Garrison, Rain Rie, and Bernard Smith, who we hope will make a return to this game. Handoff up the middle, and that's a first down. It's not much shot offer for Josh Slapp, but it's enough to move the chains.
You summed it up perfectly right there. Wasn't pretty, wasn't flashy, but it got the job done. Got the first down, no challenge, so it's just a definite first down right there.
Again, this is a guy who's ripped off a 50-yard run this season, and his best of the day so far has been 4. That they again try the short tight end fly route, but it is incomplete.
Arizona's been completely prepared for anything short today, whether it be run or those little underneath and quick passes. They have been prepared all day.
Again in an ace formation. Arizona look to send pressure. Jack Wall on the outside here. Dropped back by Jive. He had a pocket, but it's intercepted by Arizona. Not the result they were after, and it's picked off there by Sean Moore.
Yeah, and Sean Moore just settled in right here, right there, right in front of the receiver. I believe that was Jack Wall, right in front of him, screened him off, picked that off, and took it for a few yards. That's what Arizona's defense needed to really put a foot on the gas and try to pull away.
Call him Sean Big Dog Moore. He's got the interception for Arizona, and the offensive woes in this opening half continue for Joshua Williams, Chris Porter on the sideline, and the Albuquerque Adams home faithful. Drop back by Jackson. She's going to use the screen. It's Moses, caught for a gain of 3. In fact, that's Will Todd.
Yeah, Will Todd was the lone back there. Had the little swing pass. Jackson found him. He picks up a few. It's going to keep the momentum going, pick up a 3, but now Ashley Jackson has a bit of, plays to choose from, and looks like they might go run heavy right here.
And off to the outside. Jones breaks a couple. Napier at the hang on. And that's the best carry of the afternoon from either offense. And Brad Jones has Arizona inside Albuquerque territory.
That's about a 15-yard gain right there, 10, 15 yards that carried the momentum into the would-be tacklers and picked up a few extra on the extra effort.
Nice spread receivers, handoff to Will Todd up the middle, and again Albuquerque that time swarm him as Keenan Samuels gets that tackle up front for a gain of 2.
I think we're starting to see Arizona's defense starting to get a little winded. They've been out on the field a lot today, and right now Arizona's taking advantage.
Drop back by Jackson. Again, she's got protection. Throw, great deflection. Forcing that one incomplete. Samuels with back-to-back plays.
Yeah, Keenan Samuels set right there. The pass was right in his area. He got the big mid on it, knocked it down, and now it forces a 3rd and 9 for Arizona's offense.
Bunch to the right. Albuquerque can again get their defense off the field here before Arizona can get the scoring range. Jackson was pressured. She's throwing it back to them, and it's intercepted. Going back in the other direction there. Albuquerque with a really important turnover by Daniel Valentine.
They needed that. The one-time All-Star in season 21 right there got great position to intercept that ball, established the positioning in front of the receiver was trailing just a little bit, but caught up to that ball and returned it just a little bit. So Albuquerque defense steps up and gets an interception of their own. And now Albuquerque, can they put their first points on the board?
Huge turnover there by the man coined the heartbreaker, Daniel Valentine. Short throw caught for a gain of 5. There, and again, Albuquerque enjoying these 2 tight end formations so far today.
Yes, and that's definitely you see when you see those, they're wanting to run it, but right there, they went to the pass game and it was effective.
It's Kyle Brady, the second tight end on the roster, with that catch. Hand off to the outside. Here's Slap. Now an outside run. That's going to get him inside Arizona territory.
And that's the thing about Slap. You can contain him. You can't stop him. You can only hope to contain him. And right there, he finally got free for his best run of the day. Picks up the first down, and we knew it was just a matter of time until Josh Slap gets going.
Best carry of the day so far for the season. 24 offensive player of the season. And 2-minute warning. So Albuquerque, despite all of the pressure that they've been under, a score here, whether it be minor or major, would keep this within a single score. Again, they've been decimated for field position today, but their defense has been brilliant. 4 wide down the bottom. Clarence Lee's the lone receiver up the top. It's going to go down the middle, and it is incomplete. Kerry Marion went in the right direction, but Xavier Rowe played well there to make sure that one was incomplete.
Yeah, it looked like Kay was on maybe a little drag route over the middle that we saw completed earlier in the day, but right there, the defense was right in the area to knock that ball out before it was complete.
Sprint receivers. Arizona again looking to send the pressure. Short throw, incomplete. Boy, Jack Wall got rattled there by Bernard Smith, who's back from the injury tent.
Yeah, you love to see that. Bernard Smith, who we talked about his impact earlier, right there, making his presence felt in Jack Wall because he just knocked that ball right out where Jack Wall had the established inside zone, inside position, but couldn't catch it.
Marion switches across. Should be followed this time by Everett Garrison. Drop back by Jive gone. Loss of 4 and a result for the Scorpions on defense. They had the turnover. And in the end, it'll be a sack for Terrell Davis, who's been all over the field today on special teams. Now he's getting a coverage sack.
You said it. And yeah, Terrell Davis, a very tall 6'4" for a cornerback, and he's a 2-time All-Star, last time being in season 17, and right there made his presence felt.
Long-time Sioux Falls Sparrow. He was a quick switch over to Arizona when that team was defunct back in season 20. Spent 4 seasons with the Scorpions since. The punt will be fair caught by Highwind off of the punter there and Ken Miller. And Arizona will have the ball 19 yards away from their own goal line here with 1:12 to play with if they want to get aggressive. But either way, they're going to walk into halftime, you would imagine, with a 2-score lead. We've got a bunch formation down to the right. Albuquerque again, happy to play conservative defensively. Tosses to the backfield. Jones gets a gain of 3. No clock stoppages here on this play. Looks like Arizona will go to the conservative, and that will be your halftime scoreline.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, I mean, not a bad idea. You take the lead going into halftime. Just play it safe right here. No harm in that, especially when you've seen some definite positive things from your offense, and just need to maybe have a good halftime speech.
Moses got that carry shut down by Keenan Samuels. And it's been a huge half rather for Albuquerque's defense. Despite the yardage difference, they have still managed to hold this one within 2 scores, but Albuquerque's offense needs to get on the same page in the second half. Jackson is going to have a crack at them here. Throws outside. It's caught one-handed by Fox Highwind. He'll get it up to the 40. And that clock will expire. So a little bit of stat padding for Jackson and Highwind. But I guess that means that Ashley Jackson's last pass of the half wasn't an interception.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a pretty good pass. Fox made it look effortless right there with the one-handed catch and picks up the first down. And now we head right into halftime.
Well, plenty of to unpack from that opening half, but give me your keys to half one and what you expect to see in the second half.
Okay, yeah, my keys to that first half was definitely Arizona completely shutting down Albuquerque's run game. All but that one, wild run late in the second quarter. It was nothing happening for Albuquerque's rush game, but Albuquerque gets the ball to start the second half, and we'll see if Arizona can continue their fortunes in the second half. But we saw 2 interceptions, one from each team. But, Ashley Jackson has looked very outstanding, spreading the ball around, and we'll see if Albuquerque can just really get something going.
Ray Jones is your player of the half, the lone touchdown scorer, 8 carries, 42 yards. Back here at Jornada del Muerto in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Game 3 of your Super Saturday here on the Virtual Football Network. Got another game running concurrently with this one and another one afterwards before Sunday's action tomorrow. Our 2 teams, in fact, are playing in that block of games, funnily enough. It'll be Albuquerque with honours to start the half. They were scoreless in the opening half. As Finnemore is going to break a couple of tackles, he nearly got that kickoff. Somehow broken free, but there was plenty of coverage around. Again, rough first half offensively for the Adams. The Eddie Gage defensive mentality in full flight in that opening term.
Yeah, and right there, it looked like Kyle Finnemore was going to maybe break it for a big one, but they'll take that decent field position on the 34. But hey, maybe Albuquerque, maybe that's the flashpoint right there. The kick starts their second half.
Under 3 yards per play in contrast, I should say, to Arizona's 5.2. It'll be a throw to the flats. That's caught by Slap, who's off. And Slap is up past halfway. What an opening play to hit Josh Slap in space. He had no love up the middle from this Arizona defense. And straight away they get him on the edge. And he carries this one for a significant chunk of yardage.
Yeah, right there. That's what they've been needing to do. Keep Slap involved. Hey, get him on a screen. Get him on a swing. Because he can make those defensive backs. He can break those tackles. And right there, we saw it. He can pick up 20, 30 yards on just a simple screen pass. So absolutely utilize him as your main weapon.
That one play alone added 0.4 to their average yards per play so far in the game. That's how difficult it's been for the Adams so far on offense. Heaps of pressure shown up front by Arizona. They're going to send the house. And Justin Williams has got nowhere to go. They had to audible out of that, but it's a loss of 1.
Yeah, that was just a rough play right there. Justin had nowhere to go. The defense was in the backfield immediately. He broke that initial tackle, but just could not beat the next 2, 3 Arizona defenders to get on him.
Back by Jive again, pressure there, and he's going to go down. They could not respond to the linebackers that were being thrown inside. And it will be a sack in the end for Wolf Highwind.
Yeah, that was a coverage sack for sure. No one was open downfield, and the defensive got to him. The pocket collapsed. Cyrus just couldn't feel the pressure around him, and they brought him down.
Blitzers are haunting Albuquerque here today from this Arizona defense. Jive's going to drop back again. Sacks nearly got in. Jive's going to send it into the outfield, and that's going to be intercepted. Going back the other way is Rain Rie, and he will be tackled at Arizona's 35. Not the result there for Jive. He threw it into double coverage, and he'll pay the price.
Yeah, Cyrus Jive unfortunately threw it into, like you said, double coverage right here. Looked like there might have been a little early contact, but either way, Rain Rie got that one-handed phenomenal grab and returned that that interception about 20 yards, and now Arizona gets the ball right back.
So it's still not quite forming together for Chris Porter on the sidelines here with this offense, and Arizona are going to get the football here in decent field position themselves after that interception. And up the middle, the Brad Jones shot down straight away. Good defensive read there by Keenan Samuels, who's starting to piece together a performance.
Arizona just couldn't fool him on the little draw play right there. Nothing doing, only a gain at 2 yards. Albuquerque snuffed it out, read it all the way, and brought him down.
Spread receivers here. Pressure shown up the middle. Jones with another carry. Great pursuing tackle there. Shutting him down. William Patterson, rather, with that tackle. Used to be known as Venard, if I'm not mistaken. And an opportunity for Albuquerque to get off the field here. 4 wide. Jackson play fake rollout. Pursued. She throws. It is incomplete at the ankles of the second defender there. It was nearly intercepted by TJ Frosty. But in the end, it will be marked on the stat sheet by Ron Haynes and Joshua Durr as an incomplete pass to Fox Highwind.
That was definitely one of those 50-50 plays. It could be a catch, it could be an incompletion, but right there was almost an interception, but ultimately it was dropped for an incompletion.
Punt away by Robert Ems. Fair call, 32 yards away for the goal, so not much on offer there. And Albuquerque, in the end, they're going to get decent field position here. So, again, a couple of turnovers for Jive now. Has to protect the ball there. They got Josh Slapp going on that last drive with that first play, but he's off the field here for this play. Clarence Lee's going to be moved in motion. Drop back by Jive. Good blocking up front by the tackle. Throws deep. It's caught. Arian in double coverage. That time they got it right.
Yeah, Cyrus Jive right there showing he's got short-term amnesia, and that's a good thing for a quarterback, because when you can just forget those little, interceptions and little silly incompletions right there, just did what he needed to do, threaded the needle, and K. Marion was right there to catch that and pick up a huge first down right here.
Rie was there too. Drop back by Jive. They're going to go straight back to it, and it is incomplete. Looking for Jack Wall there, and it's forced free by Ernest McRae. How often do you see that? They turn the ball over with that exact same play and exact same situation a play ago. They do the exact same thing, and then they connect. And he's wild. Aggressiveness from Albuquerque to get their offense downfield, and was successful. See if they can get something going here on the second half play. They're back in the pair slot. Two receivers stacked to the top. Again, Arizona shows pressure. Great grab by Jack Wall to reel that one in for a gain of 7.
Cyrus Jive kind of let him into the defender right there. Jack Wall using all 6'7" of that frame to come in with the catch and maintain absorbing contact from the defense to come down with that catch.
3rd and 3. They need a first down here. Play fake. Jive does have time. Still has time. Sends it deep. Caught. Finnemore. Touchdown. What a throw by Jive.
He had all day to throw right there. He was just, making some tea. He was having some coffee back there. Threw it up. Finnemore wide open in the end zone. Got right behind the safety, it looked like. Goes up. Beats the safety behind. It looked like Bernard Smith was right there. Tried to go for the interception, but ultimately Finnemore came down with a touchdown, and now Albuquerque right back in this ball game after this pending extra point. Could be down 1 field goal.
Extra point by Sonny Steele is successful. We have a ball game. Wade Phillips here at Bernardo Del Muerto. What a way to continue your Saturday evening here on the Virtual Football Network. Had an intriguing pair of games earlier today. Chicago got the win over the Los Angeles Lycans, and Denver pulled the upset over Baltimore at the 2 o'clock block First time we've had afternoon football here in season 25. This one appears to be living up to the billing thus far. So Arizona will get the football back. This Albuquerque defense has been exceptional today. You wonder just how much is left in the tank, though. Hand up at the middle again. They send pressure, and it's a loss of one there. William Patterson's starting to inject himself in this game.
And that draw play, they've run it a few times today. I think they're about 50-50 on it. 50% of the time it's worked for about 4 or 5 yards, but a couple of times it's only been 1 or 2 yards.
Triple formation. Albuquerque again are going to play conservative. Jackson's going to throw. It is over the back, and they got double coverage around high wind, and it will be incomplete.
TJ Frosty ultimately getting the pass deflection right there, but like you mentioned, double coverage. The safeties were converging and sandwiched the receiver Fox Hyman right there, and ultimately incomplete. Ashley Jackson was tempting fate with that pass.
Huge if Albuquerque got a major score and then got their defense off the field in the very next possession. Jackson's going to roll out and throw. Did brilliantly to feed that into the window for Buchanan Simons.
Yeah, Ashley Jackson did the play action rollout right there, rolling to the left and then throwing to the right across the field. That's sometimes a very scary play for a quarterback, but right there she put just enough zip, just enough mustard on it and got that completion.
14 of 23 for 148, the one turnover. Draw play again, they shut it down. Keenan Samuels went straight at Brad Jones.
Keenan Samuels was absolutely not fooled right there. Like you mentioned, the draw play just kind of failed right there. Only 1 yard, Keenan Samuels right there to clean up the play.
Draw play again, they run it. And again, Samuels is there. And he shuts it down once again.
Yeah, right there, Brad Jones took it a few extra yards, but, the initial contact was right at the line of scrimmage. Albuquerque's been doing a phenomenal job in this second half, shutting down these draws that were hurting them a little bit in the first half.
It'll be a case of Arizona's lack of creativity on the play calling side might be hurting them here in this second half. Rollout for Jackson. There is pressure, and she could not do anything about it. Throws it away to avoid the sack, but it is incomplete, and Albuquerque will get their defense off the field. And this game is starting to swing back in the other direction.
It is. The momentum is swinging wildly back towards Albuquerque right there. The line just couldn't get the stop, and Ashley Jackson has the wayward pass go incomplete.
One sails away, caught Finnemore at the 30. So the Adams, they strung together a scoring drive previously. A brilliant throw by Cyrus Jive that'll be on the highlight reel package next week to find Kyle Finnemore. If you're just joining us again, they were scoreless in the opening half. But that positional battle starting to shape back in the other direction. Caught throw, and it is caught by Jack Wall. Cyrus Jive going straight back to it.
Jack Wall's been a dangerous player all day long. Right there, like you mentioned, it's the corner route. He catches it and just keeps on hoofing it. Picks up a few extra yards after the catch, and now Cyrus Jive is absolutely just cooking right here on these past two drives.
Go into a heavy formation here. Jive rolls out to the pocket. Caught. It's going to be Marion. Can she turn upfield? No. It's still a 7-yard gain. That could have been anything if she had kept in bounds.
You said it, and right there, that play would not have done anything had Justin Williams not stayed tough and picked up that final block to give Cyrus Jive just enough time to complete the pass. Hey, they pick up 7 on the play, but that could have been a sack in a hurry.
Yeah, Justin Williams yet to have a touch, but the pass protection from the fullback today has been brilliant. And then he got a run block in there, as it will be Slap who will get the first down.
Yeah, I want to see another swing pass, a little maybe screen pass by Albuquerque. It was so effective early on in this half. we'll see if they go back to the well a couple more times in the game, but we'll see.
A strips to the right. Arizona showing pressure again from the linebacker, and Jason Williams had to escape there. Adam Wiseman was providing the pressure. It ends up being a 2-yard gain.
Arizona fills those gaps again, just giving no quarter to Albuquerque's run game, but we'll see if they can maybe pick it up later on in this half.
Twins to the bottom, slap back out there. He'll go up the middle, slap, got past one, he'll roll the shoulder, gets a good chunk of yardage. You're going to say he was spotted a yard shy of the line again.
Generous spot. Generous spot. 3rd and 1. Josh Slapp just carries the defender to, 1 yard away, and now we'll see this heavy set. We'll see if they just try to lean on him.
Split jokers, they're going to go straight up the middle with Williams. He broke a tackle. Bernard Smith had to hang on, and he'll be spotted inside the 25.
Jason Thrillium Williams right there on the look like split, maybe jokers or jacks right there. Took it right up the middle on a weak dive. Picks up just enough for the first down. They needed that. We haven't seen much impact by the run game of Albuquerque, but right there it made its name felt.
Just like that, Albuquerque have now surpassed Arizona for total yards in the game. Jive is going to throw end zone incomplete. They knew that was coming there, and it was played brilliantly by Xavier Rowe III.
They had 2 defenders right there. Xavier Rowe, like you mentioned, was right there to knock the ball out. Jack Wall was getting targeted, and he's been targeted multiple times on this drive.
14 yards away from a second score of the game. Marion in motion. Picked up again by Rowe. That's the matchup. Drop back, throw to the flat, slap. They're going to have to do stop well to stop him here. He's inside the 1.
And I had a fever, and the only prescription was more Josh Slapp swing passes, and right there I got my prescription filled, and he picks up a big first down and forcing a 1st and goal. And now, look at that. You use your weapons. He was wide open, no one near him, and he spins down to, be inches away from the goal line.
A neglected 28. It was Ernest McRae who had the touchdown saver, but they've now got 3 goes here at the end zone for Arizona. Jive is going to throw. Flats caught. Touchdown. Albuquerque leads. Justin Williams gets rewarded for the pass blocking on the drive.
You love to see it when a fullback gets involved because, they're doing the dirty work. They're throwing their hats into a defender just about every play, whether it's pass blocking, run blocking. But hey, I love seeing those big fullbacks get up there. We got Justin Williams over 6'4", 260. First, play called his way all day, touchdown. You love to see it. And now Albuquerque, a point after from being 4 ahead for the first time in this ball game.
They found something, the Albuquerque Adams, but give credit to the fact that their defense held Arizona to 10 points in the opening half. They had to do a lot of heavy work. They must have been on the field for a good 13, 14 minutes of that opening half, and have set themselves up for a position where their offense has taken over here in the 3rd quarter. They've scored 2 touchdowns in the term, and Arizona now finds themselves behind.
And now it's kind of how do we see Arizona respond? Because I've seen a few times in this season where Arizona might be trailing late in the game, but then they work their magic and get right back in it.
What can Arizona dish up here? Another draw play. This time they weren't reading that one. And it will be a 3-yard game for Brad Jones. They have to diversify the run game.
Absolutely. Albuquerque, was expecting pass right there in the draw, threw him off, but you mentioned it. They've got to just stay tight and not let Arizona beat them in other ways.
Jackson handoff. That is a different run, and Albuquerque were all over that one. It will be a 2-yard game. William Patterson again has been huge in this 3rd quarter. He might have been the best player on the field when these 2 units are on the side. It means Arizona have got a difficult 3rd down and 3. They have got the run showing here. The middle is open. If they want to run the draw, they're going to go out the outside. Jones isn't going to get it. He'll only get a yard of the required 3. TJ Frosty got there. And Arizona are going to have to punt this one away and trust their defense to hold firm another time.
It's been a tale of two halves, and this has been the half of the Albuquerque Adams. Arizona needs to change it up a little bit. Seems like Albuquerque's halftime speech was much more effective than Arizona's.
Can't be fair, caught nothing on that punt there. And Albuquerque are going to get this ball 5 yards shy halfway. What a result for the Adams. You're watching the Simulation Football League action here on the Virtual Football Network this week in the VFN. The SFL Week 9 is on tonight as you're watching, and tomorrow the UFL playoffs are on Tuesday, September, I want to say 16. I can't read. No other channel gives you more football. The SFL lives on VFN. That throw is incomplete. They're deflected away. Again, Arizona got some work to do here on this position to get their defense off the field with short field position. 3/4 time. Albuquerque with the lead here at home. Arizona trailing by 4 with a quarter to go.
Get those 4s in the chats.
What a fourth quarter we are in for here. Wade Phillips alongside me. Ron Haynes and Joshua Durr doing the numbers in the stats track. Commissioner Cameron Irvine producing for us here this evening. Bringing you entertaining football as the SFL returns to the Virtual Football Network. Short throw by Jive, caught. Jack Wall, 3rd and a half.
Jack Wall has been feasting on these past few possessions for Albuquerque. They have been leaning on him, every single time they need a big play. And Cyrus Jive has been spreading it around, mainly in the middle, but they have to pick their poison.
And off slap. Bounces it outside. Rie had to finish it up there, and he did well. But that was nearly really dangerous for Albuquerque, for Arizona rather, as Josh Slapp found space on the outside. He's starting to heat up.
One thing Albuquerque's showing is it is a marathon, not a sprint. They've slowly, like the tortoise and the hare, Josh Slapp has been slowly just building up momentum, and he's just been picking it up and really carrying that momentum in a big way in this second half.
Arizona are going to send Wiseman again on a blitz, and it is caught. High point of that one, and it was complete. Sean Moore has gone down.
And that is never what you want to see. Their impact middle linebacker right there coming out of the game. We'll see if it's just for a few plays. Hopefully not all game, but Arizona's got to maybe scramble a little bit. Earlier in the game, Bernard Smith went down but came back. So we'll see if Sean Moore just needs a few plays to rest and maybe get back out there.
It's another catch for Jack Wall, who has been going squarely with Sean Moore. He had one of the interceptions to jive through in this game. So handoff up the middle. Rie missed him, and it will be a first down run for Josh Slapp. And you see the discrepancy of the yardage in the second half is starting to tip very much on the side of the green and black.
100%. And in that first half, it was the exact opposite. Arizona very vastly outpacing Albuquerque, but now it's a different story.
They spread their receivers out and let Jason Weaves run at them, but it's only a 3-yard gain for him. They are in field goal territory, but remember, field goal isn't the end of the world here for the Scorpions. It doesn't really change the script a great deal. But they have to get a stop here on this down, you feel. And straight up the middle. Brilliant contact there. There is a flag.
Might be a face mask.
Maybe the contact was a little too good.
Yeah, Bernard Smith got a little overzealous right there on the tackle, got the hands to the face a little bit, and now it's a penalty, and now Albuquerque looking at a 1st and goal on the 10.
Two tight ends in formation here. So they continue on the ground with this drive over shot. He will send it to the outside, slap, rolls the shoulder, gets 4. Arizona holds on there.
We mentioned it earlier how Albuquerque's defense was seemingly on the field the entire first half, but it has been a different story in the second half where Arizona's defense has been on the field, it seems like, the whole time, and now it seems like they are just getting a little bit tired, and it's showing.
Really has been the tale of two halves here in this one. And off Jason Williams, broke free, touchdown! That might be the breakaway score, and we are seeing the scoreline tipped it directly in the other direction. Albuquerque have been clinical in the second half on offense.
Yeah, Williams right there, right up the middle, untouched. Just the Red Sea parted, and he sauntered into the end zone. And now Williams gets his touchdown. Slap has been super effective in the second half, and now Arizona has to dig deep and come up with something that puts some points on the board. They're down now 2 scores, so it's going to take a Herculean effort to get back in this ballgame.
Sammy still tacks on the extra, and it means that both of the Williamses have scored in their second half. Still to kick it back to higher wind. What have Arizona got? They held it and were dominant in the opening half, and then they've been swept in this second term. Return, that would be Buchanan Simons with special teams duty. He gets it up to the 35, so a decent start, but you feel Ashley Jackson now needs to take matters into her own hands.
Yes, indeed. It's imperative. And I know she feels the sense of urgency, but she's also got to maintain mistake-free football the rest of the game, because any setback is going to be a very costly mistake.
Jackson has got 3 receivers plus Leila Kai on her right. They're going to go draw up the middle again. They've read that brilliantly today, and will be a 4-yard gain there on that carry. Tuesdays and Thursdays, the SFL is on the VFN. Season 11 is underway and resumes Tuesday, September 16 at 8 p.m. Eastern with the Birmingham Hellhounds and Anchorage Wolves. Thursday, September 18, it's Philadelphia at New York, San Diego, and San Jose. So the SFL starts tomorrow right here on the Virtual Football Network. That run on the outside gets the first down there for DJ Moses. Good touch for him. Keeps the chains moving for Arizona.
We haven't seen Moses get very many carries today, but right there, I'm going to say the best one of his day. And right there, they needed it. Sets up another first down, and if they can continue this drive, they've got the fullback back there lone. We'll see if this quad set will do anything.
Drop back. Jackson has great protection up front, and it will be caught. Look out. T. DeQueen trying to break a tackle. Can't get free of the contact there. It's still an 8-yard gain. 6 minutes left. Not totally a problem yet, the clock. But you feel there's a sense of urgency now in what Arizona are doing. Still happy to go on the ground, though, for as long as Albuquerque are going to let them run. And off outside, shut down. Great tackle at the line of scrimmage.
It was an excellent play by the secondary. The backups, safety, I believe, made the tackle right there in the backfield. And now Arizona has got to continue this drive to keep their hopes alive.
With Brian James, really the first time we've highlighted him today. The start strong safety, first down Arizona. DJ Moses gets the job done.
Right there, another first down. Arizona continues to drive like we needed to see them do it. And now it's going to be the similar look that we've seen throughout the game.
Drop back by Jackson. Throws short. That is going to be tough work for TJ Punk, and he couldn't keep himself in bounds. Be a gain of 1. The clock keeps running here as we get closer to 5 minutes to go. Jackson's going to go empty here. I feel like the sense of urgency has kicked in now. They are inside Albuquerque territory. Jackson pressured, incomplete.
It's a sack right there. She might have heard the footsteps come, tried to get it out as fast as possible. Luckily for her, she did, and it wasn't a sack. Incomplete, but now forces a long 3rd and 9 that we'll see if she can complete on this quads look.
Gotta get a completion here. Play fake rollout. She has got time. Throws deep. It's caught! What a throw by Ashley Jackson. Buchanan Simon sighted. Flag down on the play. They might have been a late hit on the quarterback. They will completely ignore this.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, it was against Arizona.
Okay. Interesting. So that sets them back, right? Okay. Oh, yeah, blocking the back.
Oh, yeah,
Flipping.
right.
Wow, that's a mistake right there that
Brad
they did
Jones.
not want. Brad, unfortunately, you know, he just one of those mistakes that you see sometimes, but now Arizona set back a 3rd and 24 right here.
What a swing play that is. They had the downfield play to Buchanan Simons, and it's wiped off for a clipping penalty against Brad Jones. And now Jackson has to do it all over again. Jackson just going to run. She gets nailed by Brian James. They didn't even try.
No, that's a very interesting look right there. I don't know if Ashley saw something in the defense that she wanted to exploit right there, but now they're just going to go for it on 4th.
That is a head scratcher from Arizona. Jackson will throw. It's caught by Highwind. There was too much work involved in that. They should have thrown the ball a play ago.
Yeah, that's just a head scratcher. You know Eddie's just going to be you know, if he has any hair left, he's going to be ripping it out, because that is just one of those moves that you just hate to see. But unfortunately, now it forces Albuquerque to get right back out there and possibly run this clock right out.
There's a lot of work left in this now for Arizona. You feel that was their chance. Handoff to the outside. It is slapped, shut down behind the line of scrimmage. It will be a loss of 1 as this clock will tick inside 4 minutes.
Yeah, just continue that clock. It's not a bad idea. Yeah, you don't get a yard. You know, you don't get any yards, but hey, that clock continues to go, and that is the biggest opponent right now for Arizona is the clock.
For the middle, Williams got plenty more on that carry. They'll give him 8 as they're short by 3 yards, and it's just coming back to that moment of shock there with Arizona and that play calling on the 3rd down and long. If you leave the quarterback runs in those passing formations, you do run the risk that they get called in crunch time situations. Again, it's a total 50-50 call by the coaching staff to leave that in there.
Absolutely. You hate to see it, but unfortunately, you know, that's just one of the drawbacks that can happen when you do that.
Third down and short. They need a stop here. Slap's going to be absolutely shut down at the line of scrimmage. Raiden Rie comes up with another big play. So with under 3 minutes to go, Arizona is going to get the football back. They won't call one of their 3 timeouts. And I'll get this with about 2.5 minutes left, so they need to get a quick score, then somehow get the football back, and then score again.
Theoretically,
it's not totally out of the question.
Yeah, we'll see the punter try to milk this clock until they just absolutely have to kick it.
Ken Miller will punt it away with 2.5 left. Fielded at the 25. There, let's check in with Commissioner Cameron Irvine quickly before this one wraps up to see what's going on over in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, thank you, Jacob. It's a great game out there. 20-13. Queen City up by 7 in the 3rd. Pittsburgh had a punt return touchdown from Ziggy Roenick. That's how they got their first touchdown on the board. And then their defense gets them their second touchdown on the board. It's 20-20, but Queen City is in the red zone as Arizona drives to try to get back in this one. Back to you guys.
Arizona are going to go in the huddle there as Fox when caught that one downfield. They're 5 yards shy halfway. Dropped back by Jackson. Throws again. Going in that way. Once more. It's caught by Nakai. .40 to go. Jackson throws deep again. Oh, overthrown, 2-minute warning.
So yeah, now Ashley needs to get something. We'll probably see this no huddle continue. She needs completions.
Shot back by Jackson. Throws, caught. To Queen, 25 away. Timeout, Arizona.
They need to be very careful with their timeouts because, we're running out of time. They're running out of timeouts. They have to be very strategic with how they call them.
Jackson's got over 200. Needs to pull a trick out of her deep bag here. Jackson will throw. End zone. It is incomplete. Too much coverage, though. They're going to be spotted inside the 2, and that stops the clock.
Yeah, just unfortunate. Just a mistake by Albuquerque's defense. Right there, I believe it was Brian Jane. Yeah, just a hair too early. And right there, now Arizona breathing, new life that they can possibly put 7 up right here. Hey, if they kick it onside, we've got a brand new ball game.
It saves a timeout as well for the Scorpions, but they have to score here 2 yards away from the Albuquerque goal line. Jackson will throw it. Jackson shakes a sack, throws, end zone, it is tiptoed and caught. What a play, TJ Punk.
Wow, acrobatic right there. Tiptoes, ballet dancer on the back of the end zone. We'll see with this other look if he was out of bounds. Ooh, I don't know. He might have drugged that left foot. I'm imagining they might challenge it. Man, no, they're going to let it stand. Okay.
Inside 2 minutes, it had to be a booth review. They do not look at it. Arizona have got a score, and they're going to go for 2 here. May as well. Handoff outside. Jones dives, and it is a 3-point ball game. They have to get the football back, but it's not outside of the realms of possibility.
No. Now we need to see them look. Hey, who's my player that I can kick it to that I know they're gonna fumble this ball? You look for maybe a defensive back or something. Hey, pick out your guy, kick it to him.
Kick deep. It is held onto by Justin Williams. How fitting that he might have called the game.
Justin Williams had that touchdown earlier on the little swing pass, and right there, no bigger play in this game for him right there than that onside, kick return, and now it sets up the Adams to possibly burn out all of Arizona's timeouts. They just need to run this clock out.
Can't go to victory formation just yet. Arizona do have 2 timeouts in their sleeve. Going to motion Williams outside. It'll be a run for slap. He will get a couple. And that'll be a quick fire timeout with 1:35 left. Just got to start. You got to get the calculators out. At first glance, it looks like Albuquerque will be able to make the clock expire here.
They just have to pick up the first down. It's the biggest thing.
And off slap, he swarmed. Wiseman got him. Second and final timeout for Arizona called.
First, they got to get a first down here. Otherwise, Arizona could have quite a bit of real estate left on the clock.
They wouldn't throw it. Surely not.
No, I hope not.
They will. Jive. Throws. End zone incomplete, but what a decision. They stopped the clock.
Yeah.
I mean, you run the ball and you let the clock run inside a minute. And in the end, Ken Miller is going to have to punt this one back. Arizona are going to get the football back with 90 seconds to work with. They have no ability to stop the clock outside of running out of bounds. But we've seen questionable decision-making in crunch time from both sides tonight.
And a short punt.
Short punt, not fair caught. And it'll be set in front. We've seen the Albuquerque punter struggle today with what seems to be a significant breeze that might be going against the Adams in this second half. And Arizona, well, it's 85 yards with 1:20 on the clock. They threw the ball and stopped the clock when Arizona had no timeouts left. Albuquerque show blitz. It is thrown and incomplete, nearly picked.
Yeah, Jack Napier right there. Napier was right in the area, got the hand on it, and now Albuquerque's defense has been playing lights out in this second half. They need just one more drive to stop, and they've got their victory.
Punk moved in motion. He had that brilliant touchdown play on the previous drive. Could he make a hero out of himself here in the fourth quarter? Drop back by Jackson. She's not pressured. Throws. It is caught by Punk. They have to go into hurry up here. It's Leland Akai rather with that reception.
And they've got to show some urgency.
They got to move. Although you've got to wonder, they are only down by 3. I wonder if they're going to play for the field goal.
Very well could, because now we're inside 1 minute, so we'll see if they're just going to try to go for overtime.
32 away from their own goal line. Jackson's going to throw again. Short caught. Now they'll go no huddle. 45 left by the time they snap this one. Jackson will throw again. Outside. Incomplete. Great coverage by Ahmad Bryant Jr.
Yeah, now it's crunch time. They have 2 more attempts at this first down at least, but hey, they've got to get in field goal position too and not run out of time.
40 seconds on the clock. 5 to go for a first down. T to Queen in motion. Jackson will throw. Great block by the tackle. It is picked off the tip. Daniel Valentine's got the football game.
How about that for a dagger for Albuquerque? The defense, who has been playing lights out all day long, minus the first drive of the game when Arizona marched 8 plays for 80 yards and a touchdown. They have come to play in this second half. They've given up 11 points since that first drive of the day, and they've gone on 21 points to claim victory. Now victory formation. Absolutely outstanding victory for Albuquerque.
It marks the second interception of the game, and the heartbreaker breaks the hearts of all of the Arizona traveling faithful. And this home stadium here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, continues to be a fortress for the Adams. They are back at 500, a crucial win over the 4-2 Arizona Scorpions, who will still be above 500, but a significant win for the Adams here at home. What a finish. TJ Punk had one of the plays of the season to keep an Arizona Scorpions outfit in it, but in the end, the last breath interception by Daniel Valentine is enough to get the Adams over the line. They were scoreless in the opening half, clinical in the third to score twice, once with Kyle Fenimore, once with Justin Williams, and then Jason Williams punched in the third, and that was enough to hold on to a 21-18 win. Wade Phillips, give me your keys to that game.
Yeah, it all came down to Albuquerque's defense. They just did not let Ashley Jackson stay, on her feet and comfortable. And the defense just getting the interceptions and stopping the run game for Arizona in the second half. Whereas Arizona, they kept going to the well on those drop plays a little too much, a little too late, and ultimately they fell short.
Still some football upcoming tonight at 9 o'clock Eastern. Cameron Irvine and Eddie Gage will bring you 2 4-1 teams. Mexico City travelling to Vancouver. That's upcoming here with 4 game slate on Sunday, right here on the Virtual Football Network. This one ends here at Coronado del Muerto in Albuquerque, New Mexico. The Albuquerque game was 21, Arizona 18.